This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com, wearing my Hannibal 420 hoodie, which you can get if you go to the merchandise page in the description of this video or at the HannibalTV.com. I am wearing my 420 hoodie because I went to one of the pot shops, which is legal here in Canada, got a nice beverage to enjoy after my nearly 12-mile run tonight. But I got home from my run and I got so much hate mail from you geeks out there saying that I hate AEW, and I'm refusing to report that they got a 0.53 rating because they actually did a 0.52 rating according to the Showbuzz Daily Ratings website that everybody gets their ratings off of. Wrestling Observer reported 0.52 rating. PW Insider reported 0.52 rating. So the people that are saying I hate AEW so much that I refuse to admit that they got a 0.53 rating, look at it right here, circled 0.52. Their total viewership, not just in the 18 to 49 demo, but total, was 1,319,000, their second best since their debut episode. And Raw's was 1,849,000, and they also did 0.52 rating. So Raw's viewership was higher. The people that are saying I'm biased towards WWE, I'll be perfectly frank with you. If I were to ever work for one of the two companies as an interviewer, it would more likely be AEW than WWE. WWE hates me. They don't let me interview any of their wrestlers. They'll let them on tiny little podcasts or channels that don't get anywhere near as many hits as me, but they won't even let me interview anyone under contract to them. Sometimes John Paz, he interviewed Xavier Woods and TJ Wilson, who's a producer there. And then I just bought the interviews off of him and posted them on my channel because they hate me so much. So why would I be biased towards WWE? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. The truth of the matter is I'm not a fan of any of the television pro wrestling products. I'm completely neutral. As far as wrestlers in each company, I probably hate Kevin Owens more than any other wrestler in the world. If there's one wrestler I would like to fight and beat the shit out of, it would be him, that fat slob who I would rip his shirt off and just humiliate him. So if you think I'm biased towards AEW, there's not even anyone I hate in AEW. I mean, give me a break. I'm not a fan of CM Punk. It doesn't mean I hate him. So you guys should relax a bit. One company that I do hate, the people that have been running it because they're slime balls, is WWE Fury, which Rodney Mack, who was their reigning TV champion. Of course, they're legally out of business now, but he posted something last night, the Dog Pound Dojo that him and Jazz run used to be affiliated with SWE Fury. And he made an official post last night saying they are no longer with SWE Fury. And I did report that Booker T took over a bunch of their channels now that their television show is canceled. And some people said, well, are you reporting that they're a defunct company because their television show is canceled? No. According to the Texas State Controller's Office, the franchise is no longer a legal company as far as the State Controller's Office of Texas is concerned. This is a highly shady company They still owe me money and footage. They screwed over so many people, treated so many people like shit. And I find it funny that it seems like they even had an issue with Teddy Long towards the end. And when I was helping collaborate with them, it was Teddy Long who told me to go back to Canada and stop helping that company. And then right after that, he did an interview with JBL, taking all the credit for the company's success. And anyone that was following it, the toilet bowl started to swirl around the same time that they got rid of me, who was helping them a lot. And I'm not. There was a lot of potential in that company. I was just helping promote them and helping publicize them. They had a very good crew of people from between February and May, and then it all went downhill due to terrible business decisions and, quite frankly, idiots in charge. So good for Rodney getting out of there. Great guy. He's going to be on the World Class Pro Wrestling show, by the way, in Wichita, October the 3rd, along with Jacob Fatu, Matt Hardy, Fuego del Sol, the Sandman, the Blood Hunter, Moonshine Mantel, who's had some AEW appearances, and many more. So looking forward to that. I'll go through a couple of your questions. The Crazy Geek 82, AEW Marksby haters. My God, I have, like, there's no reason why I would be favoritism to WWE. They took away my contract because I caught Hep C by a guy cutting me with a blade without my permission, who had had Hep C for 10 years, piece of shit named Abdullah the Butcher, who lost in both Canada and the US in the trial related to that, but they put him in the Hall of Fame. And when I got cured, they never gave me another tryout. In fact, Gerald Briscoe set me up with a tryout in 2016, and they canceled it about a week before just to fuck with me. So for these AEW people that say I'm biased towards WWE, I have no reason to be biased. Matt Arce's AEW fans need to learn how to read the ratings. AEW making noise. That was the debut episode with Adam Page or Adam Cole. I always get those two confused. I really don't know the difference. One of them has black hair, one of them has blonde hair. They're both small. Charles says they won't let me do an interview because they can't control me. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, if they were to give me Goldberg to interview or someone like that, or John Cena, who I've seen they've let far less popular people interview. I mean, if they were giving me those people, I'm not going to screw them over. But if I'm paying somebody a large amount of money or a reasonable amount of money for a shoot interview, of course they better expect the hard-hitting questions. But if people give me interviews for publicity, I'm not going to screw them over or hit them with a curveball. Burnt agrees with me. I just find Kevin Owens to be a backstabbing, overrated piece of crap. Alan, I'll agree with you there. I will agree with you. Someone brings up WWE has winking dolls. And I did mention that. I did a whole update on the winking doll gimmick that WWE did, and I said how cheesy it was and how lame it was. So there you go. And some people say I only report when ratings are bad. I literally report on the ratings every week, whether they're good or bad. Alan says WWE Fury crashed and burned. Yeah, they sure did. Great North Wrestling is doing well, that crazy geek, as far as it's profitable. The only problem that we're dealing with right now is the rules here in Ontario, which are seemingly ever changing. So it's not safe to put on an event right now. They changed the rules on me for the last event, and it was a nightmare to deal with. Alan says Hangman Adam Page is more interesting than Adam Cole. There you go. And I'm not hating on them. I'm not a fan of too many wrestlers these days. I'm more of the fan of the old school wrestling. Like one guy I would rather watch his matches from WCW or ECW than any of today's products would be Raven. Actually, I'd rather watch RVD matches, Sabu matches, Matt Hardy matches from the 90s. I haven't seen too much of him in AEW. I would watch one of his AEW matches. Brian Cage, he's going to be on this event next week in Philadelphia. You see, Brian Cage does have a lot of potential, but unfortunately, I think he's one of the guys that is going to suffer from all these WWE guys coming into AEW because now there's less spots at the top. But he's one guy that maybe when his contract runs out and he goes to WWE, he'll do what's happening to the WWE guys going to AEW now. There'll be a big buzz about them. That's what was the fun of the Monday Night Wars when people jumped ship. So we'll see what happens. But yes, sorry, AEW fans, I don't have a preference between WWE or AEW. I can't sit through the highlights of either one of them. I can't watch more than a couple minutes. It's like choosing the type of torture. To be honest, I would rather watch MMA. I would rather watch tough man competitions. I would rather watch girls wrestling. I do like girls wrestling. So yeah, I'm if someone puts a good girls wrestling match in front of me, I'll watch it. Guys wrestling, some of the ones I like today are Harry Smith, the Blood Hunter. He is my favorite wrestler by far. Brock Lesnar, I do like him. Goldberg, I'll still watch a Goldberg match. Ric Flair, if he wrestles again at AEW, I'll watch that. But sorry, that's just my taste. So I'm going to finish this lovely THC drink. Have a good night.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us